at 194 pounds. Today, I am at about 160, like give or take a couple of pounds. But thanks to my amazing friend, Michelle of Avec Amour Skincare Spa, I was able to shed 34 pounds of excess fat from my body. And I'm really happy about that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys and girls have been doing really well. I know I've been MIA for a while. I've been busy getting content. So I've been trying out lots of products, lots of services, and today I'm coming at you with a new service. So my really good friend has a new business that she started, Avec Amour Skincare, and part of what she does is Lipo Cavitation and also the Colombian wood therapy. So you know, I'm all into supporting my friends, but also your girl has some work to do in the body area. So I decided to give it a try, and I'm here today, and we are going to show you what that looks like from start to finish.
Before we get into the treatment, take a look at this beautiful oasis that Michelle has created for her home-based spa. You'll see that it has a very inviting atmosphere. She has scented candles lit. The lighting is just so. That way you can relax, and also enough lighting for her to do the work. She also has beautiful spa music playing, so you're completely relaxed. And because she and I are friends, like we literally talk the whole time. But you can be silent and just listen to the music, or you can chat with Michelle about whatever. She's super personable and amazingly friendly, and she's really passionate about her work and also getting results for clients. The area that I really wanted to focus on for these sessions was my stomach. So before we get started with the treatment, Michelle did my measurements for my abdominal and, well, overall torso area. But really the underbust, the mid, which is your actual like true waist by your belly button, and then your lower abdominal area just above the hips.
So you'll notice that with this machine, this is the Lipo Cavitation portion of the service. She's going through on my abdomen and bringing the machine down toward the lymph node areas. And the lymph node area is over here, so in your lower abdomen. That is so that the process by which the machine is working is to burst the fat cells and drain them. And in order for your body to release the fat efficiently and appropriately, it goes through the lymph nodes. So she's massaging it down to that area to help it come out faster. And one thing that my amazing esthetician has told me that she tells all of her clients is to drink lots of water. So I know a lot of you have heard, oh, 8 glasses a day, that's good enough. No. You should be drinking half of your body weight in ounces of water every day. And I try to do that. I usually average between 80 and 96 ounces a day, to be completely honest with you. Some days I make it over 100 ounces. Some days I'm just around the 80 ounce mark. But for the most part, I try to get between 80 and 100. And the reason why you want to drink water is because the water will help flush out the fat and also other toxins from your body. What you want to also do is, if you're not already eating a very clean, healthy diet, and clean eating, everyone knows what that is. That's like if you want to go extra and do like vegan or raw vegan, or just very healthy like meats. If you eat meat, you want to do as much clean and pure eating as possible. No drinking of alcohol, no smoking, because those things will affect your results. Your body will, not your body, but the machine and the process will work on those toxins, alcohol, tobacco, etc., drugs, if you do drugs, instead of actually processing the fat that needs to be released through this process.
As I mentioned, Michelle started with the Lipo Cavitation machine. You'll notice that she's going in back and forth strokes and also in circular motions. This is a special technique that she uses, among other things, to be able to make the fat malleable to move it to where she wants to move it. And as I mentioned, she's going in downward strokes toward the lymph nodes in the lower abdominal upper crotch area. You may also have heard a bit of buzzing. That is specifically from the Lipo Cavitation machine. So what you'll notice is that it's buzzing in certain areas. And as I went through my sessions, it buzzes in certain areas, and that's because there's a lot of fat. And where it doesn't buzz, that means that the fat is not there or it has already been broken down.
All right, people, so now we're doing radio frequency. You'll notice that there's a red light. So the light is kind of like an LED heater, but again, I don't feel anything, like nothing. I just feel the motion of the esthetician moving the machine. Also, this one doesn't make any noise, so no buzzing in the ears. And the reason why we do this right after the cavitation is because we're melting the fat. So now the fat is melted and it's gonna go, out, be removed from the body. We want to go afterward with this machine to make sure that we're tightening the skin, so that way you don't have like skinny fat, so that way your skin is not sagging or anything like that. And it also helps with cellulite, so this will make your skin really tight, firm, and kind of have that snapback effect. So while the fat is melting out, you get a nice toned physique, and this will really help to keep it all together. So
now Michelle is doing manual hand massage with a special blend of oils that she has created. A number of practitioners will use this method with their hands because they're able to manipulate the body and the skin in going places where the machine and the wood, as we'll see in a little while, cannot go. So this is a technique that Michelle is also adding in. Fun fact, the person who trained her did these massages almost exclusively with her hands. So the palm of her hands, using her fingers, the heel of her hand, her fists, etc. But you'll see that Michelle uses a number of different modalities for the lymphatic drainage massages that she's doing on me.
now we're starting the wood therapy. You probably saw that Michelle put oil and was massaging the oil in a little bit. This particular wood tool, I'm like mechanism, this particular wood tool is called the mushroom. So what she's doing is applying pressure and circular motions, again, down toward the lymph node area to continue to break up the fat and start to bring in my shape. So I have always had a very small waist, very curvy hips, even though I've been like slim. So now it's just making sure that the fat knows that we're trying to bring all of that back, and we're just working toward that right now.
Michelle is now using a wood tool that I like to call the ab roller. What this particular tool does is breaks down the fat in like your love handle area and starts to bring in your waist. You'll notice that I've now shifted to my side. She works on the front and then each of your sides. So what she does on the left side, she'll do on the right side. So I'll show you everything that she's doing on my right side, and then I'll turn to the other side and she'll do the left side as well. I was doing these treatments to hopefully target that area to ensure that I can remove or release as much fat as possible. Mind you, I was doing this in conjunction with a balanced diet and lots of exercise. This wooden cup is another tool that Michelle is using to move the fat from one area down to the lymph nodes to further help with that lymphatic draining. This oblong board is used to chisel the waistline and certain other areas of the body to help to bring in your waist and to chisel away the fat, again, pushing it down to where we want it to go. And because she's using the oil, it helps to keep the skin as moist as possible so that the skin moves with you and that you're not creating tension on the skin to rip or tear anything. She's very careful to know where to chisel and where not to chisel. And while she is doing body contouring, these lymphatic drainage massages, Michelle has to be a certified massage therapist in order to be able to do this so that she knows the muscle groups of the body, where the fat is, and all of those other important details. So that way she's not injuring you, but she's further helping you. One aspect of the service that's not covered in this video is the laser lipo. So if you look in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, you'll notice some white plastic pieces. Those are paddles, and those are actually laser lipo paddles. We did use those as well. And then at the end of every session, Michelle had me stand on a vibrating plate for approximately 10 minutes.
Okay, so session 3 is in the bag. I'm so excited. Stick with me and I will let you know what my results are looking like. Okay, everyone. So, what did you think? Hopefully what you saw gave you a good idea of the Lipo Cavitation, the radio frequency, and the Colombian wood therapy treatments. As I mentioned, there is one treatment that wasn't included, which was me standing on the vibrating plate. The esthetician told me that women who are younger, do not have underlying conditions, and are generally blessed with high metabolism, they are able to see results after like one session. So I bought 2 packs of 6. Ideally, you want to have each of your sessions 2 to 3 days apart. So there was never a time when I did my sessions that I went more than 3 days, because that just helps to keep the process of bursting the fat cells and releasing them constantly moving. And as I mentioned, you want to drink lots of water. In general, we should be aiming to drink half of our body weight in ounces of water each day. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you should be drinking 50 ounces of water at a minimum each day. If you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water each day at a minimum, and so on and so forth. So you want to make sure that you are drinking a lot of water, you are eating a clean diet. So even if you eat meat, that's fine. Just eat clean cuts of meat, grass-fed, those types of things. If you want to see even better results, you can do vegetarian or even strictly vegan for the time that you're doing these sessions and up to 6 weeks after, because you'll continue to see progress at that point as well. And you want to make sure you are not smoking cigarettes or other things, you're not drinking alcohol, and you're not consuming caffeine. Those are the types of things that will build up in your body as toxins. And as I mentioned in the video, the Lipo Cavitation and the radio frequency and also the Colombian wood therapy to a degree will work to break down those toxins instead of working to break down your fat. You also want to refrain from consuming sugar. All right, so the moment that you've all been waiting for, I want you to take a look at my before picture. So this is what I looked like before I started the sessions. At this point, I was about 194 pounds. That's the most I've ever weighed in my entire life. You can see a lot of that weight is concentrated in my stomach area. Again, it's hormonal fat, which is a lot tougher to lose because it's not due to overeating, it's just due to the imbalance in hormones. So for me personally, not so much for anyone else who is overweight. I don't know what your underlying conditions are, if you have any,
For me personally, I have to work on getting my hormones balanced, and then I can start to shed the weight. So that's one of the reasons why I did these sessions, to really help get me to the point of being able to jumpstart that. After 12 sessions, this is what I look like. You can see there's some progress there, and again, I focused only on my stomach for these sessions. So my stomach has gone down considerably. And remember, 6 sessions is about 3 weeks-ish. So 12 sessions is about 6 weeks. So this is literally me after 6 weeks of doing these non-surgical fat release procedures. This is me today. So you can see even more slimmed down. My stomach is not protruding as much. You can see my shape is coming back. So that muscle memory in my body is still there. And the definition in my waistline is starting to come back again. I don't know if you noticed in the before picture when I was on the side profile that there was like a little bulge by my bra line. You'll see in the after picture that bulge is not there anymore. I did experience a number of reduction in inches, and you can see on the top of the pictures how much my measurements changed in the upper, the mid, and the lower. You'll note that my stomach, I never really had washboard abs, but you can see the muscle kind of trying to come out under the fat in the after. So if you look at the two side by side, the before and after, you can definitely see the places where the changes have taken place. Now, I do want to go back to Michelle to do some additional sessions, because I used to have a little bit of an onion and now my booty is like non-existent. So I want to work with her to do some sessions on my legs, because my legs I do know need some time and attention as well. And I do want to do a natural butt lift to get my butt back to where it was. As I did with the previous 12 sessions, probably I'll do another pack of 12. I will work with Michelle to do fat release in my legs, especially my thighs, my upper thighs. And I like thick thighs. It's just I don't want them as jiggly. I know that there's an excess amount of fat there. And while I am doing these sessions, I just want to stress, for me, I don't know about anyone else, for me, I am going to continue to have a clean diet. I'm going to continue to consume a lot of water. I'm going to continue to do my exercise and mindfulness regimen that I was already doing, and add in the sessions as an added way to help to shred the fat off and start to see the results that I want to see. Oh, I forgot to mention, so currently in the before I was at 194 pounds. Today, I am at about 160, like give or take a couple of pounds. So from where I am right now at 160-ish pounds to where I want to be, 130 pounds, I still have 30 pounds to go. But thanks to my amazing friend Michelle of Avec Amour Skincare Spa, I was able to shed 34 pounds of excess fat from my body. And I'm really happy about that. As always, thank you so much for allowing me into your world, and thank you for sharing a little piece of mine. If you like this video, you already know what I'm gonna say. Give it a big thumbs up, share it with people who you think could find this information useful or helpful. If you are not currently subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when I have a new video out.